Hey, it's your girl Ken. I'm tuning in with another podcast episode, and currently I'm out in the world, out and about. You'll hear cars and all that stuff, and that's because cars and stuff are passing. I'm not sure if this is a podcast episode or me just being very transparent with myself, which is basically all my podcast episodes, but some episodes be very personal, so I don't be absolutely sure. However, I want to address the elephant in the room maintaining my life, and that is the absolute rebellion I have against becoming my truest self. I was just sitting here thinking just a second before I turned on the podcast episode, and that is I have found a way to distance myself from everybody who basically said I couldn't, people who try to down me, all of these things. However, I've distanced myself and I've changed some beliefs. I haven't successfully done all of it, And one of the key things I really want to do for myself, despite what anybody else says, is I have a key goal to very much lose weight. I have an idea. I've been talking about this forever, and I don't know what it is that stops me from doing said thing. I literally stop myself. I say stop, wait, and I know what that is from. I remember there was a time where I was losing weight and everything, and once before, and I ended up getting so many anxiety and panic attacks, and I equated that to me being vegan at the time. Now, mind you, looking back, that was not the best choice for me. Veganism is not the best choice for me. When it comes to my blood type, my body type, I need to eat meats, red meats. Those are very good for my body. Protein is very, very good. Chicken, steak, that's very good for my body. Not eating a lot to very little sugars and no dairy at all. That's the stuff I'm learning that my body resonates with to the highest capacity. And I know that a lot of the times, at least for me, the reason why I'm not at the point I want to be with my body, and that's because my environment is very inconsistent, and I haven't had an opportunity to truly build a schedule, a routine, a regimen, and I want to seriously walk into my 2024. Mind you, when I turn 24, that's my 2024. I'm still in my 2023. And when I was 22, when it was 2023, when I turned 2023, then when I was in my 2023. That's how I operate. The years don't change until I change my age, and I can fully live out that year. I'm trying to give 23 the biggest wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, that I can give. Despite if anybody responds or anything to it, it's not about anybody else. It's literally about me and me pushing myself as hard, not as hard as I can, but pushing myself as hard and lovingly as I can. So when I look back, I can see the proof is in the pudding, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I look back and I can say that it's hard for me to be like, oh, I did that, was with my body. And that's because if it wasn't a schedule or emotional turmoil that I was in, it was situational turmoil. And now in my life, I'm not in turmoil. However, I'm still finding it very difficult. And I know that it's because I don't have a routine or a regimen. I believe to a certain capacity that I struggle with possibly ADHD or something like that on the spectrum because of the fact that because when I'm very dysregulated, either a lot gets done or a little gets done. And that has been a detriment to me in a lot of things, and some things it has been a complete blessing because I'm able to hyper focus on something for a long time but I can also completely compartmentalize something that I should be focusing on. I have a very weird way of understanding the world, and I think I'm pivoting into something much more deeper, so walk with me. I have a very interesting depiction and understanding of the world, because along with how I believe about spirituality, sometimes it can clash, or I have a completely hard time with sticking to what I know. Like, for instance, knowing that I want to be this thin, curvaceous, busty, bootyful, and, talented person on one hand, and on the other hand, knowing that I shouldn't necessarily lead with my body, necessarily want to go and attain the physical, but at the same time, it's not a crime to do so, because at the end of the day, it's alluding to health. It's alluding to health as wellness. It's alluding to confidence in my heart. And but they always say God knows your heart, but God is you. I know my heart. I know my intentions. I don't have to say this to other people and prove that I feel this way. I just have to do this. And I'm not sure where the blockage is, but I definitely know that on the other side of me accomplishing this goal, looking how I want to look, literally become a visionary, not only in the intangible, but the tangible. And by intangible, I mean by like gifts, like singing, dancing, doing art, building websites, posting posts, creating poetry, making books, publishing, right? Aside from that, I want to be able to reach my goals tangibly. Like, I do really good at cooking my meals and everything, but the only part that I haven't gotten down for a long time is being able to work out and meet my vision to what I look like. And that has been very hard for me, because I know I haven't put myself in the spotlight because I don't look like I want to look. And I know there are some people in this world who go and post for the sake of positivity, body positivity, and I'm all for that. It's just things are very topsy-turvy. The times where I have the most confidence, something's going awry to where I can't post, and it's always been something, and it's like missing myself. I keep missing myself instead of staying aligned constantly, a constant alignment. Hold on. I sincerely hate loud cars. I do. I see no point in having a very loud car. It's very much a disturbance. However, we all live very different lives. Different lives. Can this dog be quiet in all the neighborhood? In all the neighborhood, just be quiet. But doggy, I think you can see me, and I'm gonna go to the side. I think this dog can see me, so I'm gonna move to the side. Why it's barking? Maybe it's not. Maybe they don't see me. Anyhow, I look at myself and I'm like, oh, I look good. However, behind closed doors, I don't believe that. Unfortunately. And it's very 50-50 on the situation, and that hurts my feelings, because I don't want to be fake. I don't want to go into the world thinking, oh, I'm that girl. Behind closed doors, I'm like, oh, I don't think I really like this. That is completely trash. That's masking. That's fake. And I have no desires to be a fake person. I have every desire to be true to myself, true to who I am, why I am, for me, by me, literally. But yes, because I can see that me missing myself in translation is also causing other people to miss me in translation. And that's because I'm doing a lot of masking. Woo! I mean, terrible masking. Like I said, I know it's terrible because people are unresponsive. I can see light and day of when I was being true to myself versus when I'm being, being fluff. I'm not a fluff person. I'm not, and I hate looking at fluff. And like, this is fluff. This is not even really, and, I'm striking a nerve, baby. I'm getting emotional. Wait a minute. I'm not a fluff person. And the emotions are coming from a place where it's just, I just want to be where I want to be already. And I want whatever to really work out. I'm really big on letting God do his big one because he's shown me before in a lot of my life that he will, that he can. I really cannot wait. At the same time, I'm patiently waiting to live a life of abundance. And the reason why I said I'm patiently and I'm impatiently because I realize my life today is a life of abundance. I am super healthy. I have a loving partner who cares about me. I have a roof over my head. I have shelter. I am skillful. I am talented. And outside of meeting my goals tangibly in what I look like, one of the other goals that strikes a nerve with all of us is this thing that isn't even of God, because it's man-made, and that's currency, money. And I will tell you what God told me this morning. Because I was like, why would you send me? And I've always asked him this question, not him, but me. I always ask the God in me, the God of me. And why would I be sent to places just to experience rejection? It hurts. Because I go to other places really needing, and I get turned away, and I get offered very little to nothing. And the response was to handle rejection. Bad rejection. And before that it was so you understand that your prayer is your currency. Prayer is our currency. Christians or spiritual beings, it doesn't make sense to stress about finances, but not stress about your spiritual life. If you're stressing about money, that means you're putting emphasis on the wrong thing. We should be really stressing about our prayer life instead. And when you're in a space where you already know that your prayer life is exactly where it needs to be, it really makes no sense to stress about anything else. Doesn't make sense. That's why they talk about basically practicing what you preach, and holding on to what you believe in, essentially. If you believe what you believe, act like it, you know? So that's what I've been doing, and really taking the time to just sit here and completely just think about is, is, do I truly believe what I am believing in? When I sit down and I pray, for one, knowing that I'm not praying to nobody outside of me, I'm praying to God who lives inside of me. Do I really believe in myself? Right? And the part of the believe in myself outside of my physical, but my spiritual. And the answer right now is no. And if that was the case, I wouldn't care about anything I would be caring about. I wouldn't care about quality. I would care about quantity. I wouldn't care about what I look like. I would care about what I sound like. You know? And how I interact with the world is so impersonal right now, because I don't want anyone to see my face, see my body. I want to hide this blob of a woman, which isn't a blob of a woman at all. I'm gorgeous. So gorgeous. And I have to know that, believe that, and sincerely walk that out in life. And I'm so afraid, because who told me? Who told me that I was ugly? That I was fat? Who told me these things? Who made me feel this way? Other people. People I trusted. That's who. I took their word for who I was. In moments where I was secure or unsecure, I hold their words on a weighted plate. And their words are heavier than mine. Who gave them permission to have that much sustenance in their words when they aren't even me? It's like what Ajna said. You really at a place where you need somebody else to pray on your behalf for something that you need, something that you want, something that you believe in? Because like I said, nothing that we need is outside of us. And I have to continue to tell myself that. Believe in myself about that. That my story is enough. That who I am is enough. The way I speak is enough. You are enough. People cliche inside and out. But not just inside and out. But you are enough to the capacity that your spirit is on fire, that you have a soul. I am a very unique spirit, but I treat myself so regular. Girl, and the reason why I feel like I'm so obsessed with some famous people is because they're living a life where they have already given themselves permission to not be regular. Not regular out loud. What a life. What a beautiful life. Not regular. I'm not conforming. I don't care about what you say. I care about who I am. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to protect me. I'm going to protect mine. I'm going to put mine on, you know. I'm going to be obsessed with me, about me, for me, because who else is going to do it? Who else is going to obsess over you if not you? Who else is going to give you the best opportunities outside of you? It's not you. The answer is nobody. Nobody can. Nobody will. Nobody even knows how to do that. And anybody who knows how to do that, you have to pay them to do that. So why not use your free currency of prayer and petitioning for yourself, your soul instead? It is free 99 to put yourself on, and that is the one sale that we never touch. We always question things that are free, especially true freedom. And that's one thing that gets us all. Because we really do want freedom, but we have no idea that it's on the other side of the shackles and the chains of everything else. Everything else. It's never, and I tell myself this all the time, and it's like, also I'll tell you this. Treat yourself like you are smart. I know that the biggest dilemma that we have in this world right now is that people lack the awareness that you are smart. That we don't need for nothing. You don't need for nothing when you have everything. You are smart. You are intelligent. For a long time, I was like, oh my gosh, why am I treating myself, like second guessing myself so much? Like, what I'm saying is dumb, stupid, all that stuff. Like, oh my gosh, girl. You spend all this time with yourself thinking, pondering, thinking all of these smart, wise things for you to go into this world and walk it off and walk it out on eggshells? Eggshells. You were over here thinking up thoughts that are massive quantum leaps, turns, bounds, mind-turning, page-turning, life-altering, soul-igniting things. Why are you afraid to ask what you need to ask for? Why? Why are we so afraid of that rejection? And you know what? Rejection hurts me. It hurts us all. I ain't no different. Rejection hurts us all because we hate being told no. And you know why we all hate being told no? It's because our original form is being spoiled. Our original form is being spoiled. Hello? Before we even touched these bodies, all we've known was yes and amen. No's are new to us. No's are new to us. Keep a person spoiled. Keep them spoiled. Because spoiled is authenticity. I've been trying to mask the fact that I am spoiled. Black people hate. Black people hate. A lot of people hate that something gets spoiled. Oh my gosh, so spoiled. Ugh, yuck. What? That's my original form. The fact that the Lord, the God of the universe, created a world for us to just walk around in. Skinless. That is, you are spoiled. There are every tree ever, every fruit ever. And you know what? I know for a fact that we only eating probably, I'll just say 50% of what was originally created. I feel like 50% of what God of the universe originally created, girl, we have never tasted anything so divine. I'm still trying to make my way to a jackfruit. People don't understand my desire, my need, my want to experience every single thing. My dreams aren't being lived out, and that makes me angry because I'm spoiled, and I'm okay with that. I should be. Why do you think God of the universe tells us to be specific? What you want? Tell me specifically what you want. Right? Tell me and make it plain. Make it plain what you want, what you need. What you need. And it's not if I have it, it is because I have it. Because everything is mine. You shall have everything, anything that you want, that you desire. And I feel like we should operate from that space. Girl, I am fine. Girl, what are you? Anyhow, I am fine as wine. Girl, put a little bitty bra on. Anyhow, fine as wine. Over here complaining about my shape. Girl, shut the heck up. Get it together. But anyhow, so I love this episode because I am really talking life into me, because I'm growing, I'm maturing, and I'm telling you, I am pressing the gas on self-evolution, self-development, self-love, self-actualization, being an active visionary, being true to myself. When B. Simone was like, I want to live a life, the most luxurious life I can live, girl, I felt that. The most luxurious life I can live. Riches, honor, and glory. I want to be there. No, I am there spiritually. I'm just not there physically, because I need to match my physical with my spiritual. I need to mend them together. And the creme de la creme is sitting down in meditation and figuring out where the gap is. And if your physical and your spiritual is not meeting together, that means either your physical or your spiritual is inaligned. So I have to look somewhere in my spiritual. Where in my spiritual am I missing it? Where in my physical am I not getting it? I need to match this. That's why they say that the people are the most disciplined and consistency. Let me tell you, I've lived a life of discipline, of consistency, of inconsistency, indiscipline, of fun, of strictness. I've lived a lot of dynamic lives, and I lived with a lot of people. And I know that I've lived two different lives in the past few months. I lived with somebody who was disciplined, was consistent, and I lived with somebody who was inconsistent, not disciplined. Someone set in their values and someone not set in their values, right? Now, mind you, I have to sit there and be like, why do I feel an inadequacy here? And why do I feel a sort of uplifting power over here? In a place where I knew somebody else wasn't as disciplined as me, it's easy for me to feel comfortable. But now that I'm in a place where somebody is more disciplined than me, goes to bed on time, prays whenever, has a schedule, has all this stuff, is able to do a lot of things, gets out the house. Now, mind you, I am very limited. Mind you, I used to do these things. But I'm glad that I'm learning different other people's walks of life. Now I know what I want and what I don't want. You can literally live a bountiful, full life working part-time. You can. And I feel like a lot of us become overachievers because we want to live these full-time lives. We want to get full-time money, and mad about living a part-time life. What? Because you need to save for a rainy day, baby. Let me tell you, rain came when. These are past tense. It already happened. So basically, I am talking myself up into where I need to be. I'm talking you up into where exactly that you need to be, because where we need to be is where we want to be. Right? So I'm going to completely go against the grain, completely do some things I would have never thought I was worthy of doing, right? And that is what? Being spoiled, asking for what I want. What do you want? Ask. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find. Right? I was looking for what I was looking for and I found it. Now I'm scared of asking. What's the point? That's why a lot of men love women who don't want for nothing. What? And they're obsessed. Can't get over women who ask for everything because they're in their element. You need what? What? Why you need that? Wait a minute. Huh? How we gonna let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can do that for you. Please. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a woman in our element. You know what I'm saying? So, and a woman like a man who likes to ask who's spoiled, right? Baby, can you do this? All this, like, I'm not going to sit here and explain everything to you because you already know these things. If you sit here and think about it, you love a spoiled man. A man who gets what he wants, who has his way, a leader type. That's a spoiled man. I'm remembering I had a conversation with my partner, with my lover, and he said, and then he asked me something, and I said no. And when I tell you he did not like me saying no, I'm like, yo, what? And now he's lived a very spoiled life. And I've lived a very deprived life. So instead of me, in my trauma responses, trying to bring him down to me of, you know what, let me just get used to no's with her. No. Because the more you get used to no's with me, I have to get used to no's with you. I'd rather yes. Wouldn't we all right? I would rather yes. I'm sure you would rather yes too. So what I'm going to do is say yes, mi amor. Say yes. That's a quote from East Los High. And it's say yes, my love. So I'm telling you, a year of yes. My Shonda Rhimes, I don't know, child. But maybe a year of yes. A year of I'm spoiled. A year of I'm that girl. A year of I can have it if I want to. All I gotta do is ask. I'm gonna ask everybody then, can you do this? Can you? Somebody gonna say yes, I promise. I remember somebody asked me to do something that I love to do. I'm probably the first person that she asked. I'm probably the first person that say yes, but she asked. Did she not? Yes, she did. And this is very insightful. This is so beautiful. So beautiful. And I know that I feel like I want to post this podcast right now. I feel like I just want to go ahead and share it because it's so rich and it's so now. It's like I don't even want to post my old podcast because I'm evolving so fast. I'm going. And that's because I'm actually becoming where I'm very, very much self-obsessed, focused on God. People, when they say, I need you to be focused on God, basically they're saying, I need you to be I wish they would decode that. A lot of people always speak in code, like, I need you to take time to focus on God, give him your full attention, go for a fast. Basically what they're saying is, I need for you to look at yourself, spend time with yourself, become obsessed with yourself, look at yourself deep, look at every nook and cranny and figure out what the heck is going on in there. Why does my brain do this? Why do I read this way? Why do I feel this way? Why do I talk this way? Why, God? And God will give you answers. Because like I said, he is the God to reply. He's going to talk to you back. And that's why the God in the Bible that I was talking about, the God of the universe, he's so important because he answers, because the Spirit answers back and the Spirit lives within you. So when you talk to yourself, you get smarter. That's interesting, right? People who talk to themselves get smarter. Basically, it's not them getting smarter. It's them getting close to God, to the Creator, right? And we can't know everything, right? But it's good that we know at least who we are. I had a mission. I'm like, I want to know who I am. I want to know who I am. I want to be confident in who I am. Even in my lost moments, I want to be confident. I want to be so confident that in my lost moments, I will act on my confidences while I figure out my woes, while I figure out where I'm lost at, So basically, this is a whole game plan on basically who you are. Once again, you are brilliant. You are smart. You have literally life-changing ideas. No matter how small they are, then they're not small. They're gigantic, right? Second, you need to ask for what you want. Why? Because God said so, and so be it. But second, because that's in your nature to ask. You're spoiled. Isn't it crazy? I've said this before in a different podcast, Abundant from Birth. I love that podcast. If I had to put one podcast and keep it there forever from my past, it'd be that one, right? To be a vessel, Abundant from Birth, and Binge. If you've heard those three, you're doing good. I love that you're here, right? And that will show you that before a child is even born, there's this thing called a baby shower. Rain came. You shower this baby with clothes, food, diapers, toys, binkies, blankets. You spend a month. Baby stuff is expensive, ain't it? It's expensive because babies, before they are born, are spoiled. So spoiled, whenever they cry, someone comes to their beck and call. What? And the thing is, we get further and further away from that. Stop crying. Stop begging. I won't always be there. Learn how to do it yourself, right? And people say, oh, you're being enabled. No. I'm being disabled. I'm being disabled every time I hear no. Why do you think the people who are spoiled are still okay with spoiling their kids? Because that's the life to live. Now, mind you, have I learned a lot from living this very lowly life? Yes. But let me tell you, the story of Yahweh, the story of Jesus, however, it is a parable. It is an example. It is a flesh telling a story of a spirit-led life, right? He had to come down and live a humbled life, lowly, solely because of the fact that we had to understand what humility is. Because we can't do none of this by ourselves. Nothing is by ourselves. We get in touch with the God within us. Without our spirit connecting with the God of the universe, who are we? Nothing. We're just flesh and bones. Not only that, we're worse than flesh and bones. We're evil. Because a dead soul, it just rots. But evil people, they rot the world. They make it stink. They make it suffer. Humility is going to teach you. You're suffering because of the rots of the world. Right? But don't be confused. He said to the enemy, he said to the rots of the world, I have everything. You can't give me nothing. You can't give me nothing when I already have everything. How can you give me the world when the world is already in the will? The world is in the will. Right? I'll give you the world. You can't give me something that ain't even yours. Hashtag a bank loan. That's not your house. How you lending me something that's not yours when I could be lending myself something that is mine? Right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If you're going to be about it, this is a great podcast episode. OMG. Not even an hour. Not even an hour, the gems being dropped. Not even an hour, them gems being dropped. So, oh my gosh. This is going to build you up. I want you to, like I said, I want to go from spiritual to practical. Let's get literal. Let's get literal. And thinking, what is something I can literally ask for this week? What is something I can ask for this week of somebody who could possibly have what I need? Not only want to ask one person, I'm going to ask a lot of people. What do you need? What do you need? What's the goal? What is it? What do we need to meet? Right? Is it a task? Is it a favor? Is it anything? I don't care if you're going on the internet and asking. Ask somebody. Ask everybody. Shoot, somebody gonna have something. What? Let somebody know that you actually have a goal in mind. And you've been actually implementing steps to meet that. Whoa, I'm gonna really help you then. One thing I learned was that, you know what? Even though I don't mind getting money for free, it is fulfilling to me that you actually buy my art. Mind you, you could donate. Hey, give it to me. You could donate. But I'm also in the pursuit of exchanging a service, being full and feeling. And in you buying my product, my service, you then have me forever. I'm about longevity. Oh, you want to bless me with $20? Cool. But can I give you something in exchange for that? Right? Can I give you my print? Can I give you a cake? Because then you'd be like, man, this girl, Kenya, I tried to bless her with $20, but she tried to give me a cake. You know, that was the best cake I've ever had. Like, yo. Now I want to hit her up again, and then whoever you know talk about the cake, and now I have cake orders. Because humility teaches you receive a blessing, but also be a blessing if you can, right? And it's okay if they want to refuse it. But that's why they say humility will get you far. Because humility has a residue of longevity. Humility has a residue of a famous nature, right? Of I can't do this without you. And I would rather not do this without you. I'd rather you and me be connected in some sorts or capacity, right? I would rather that. So, let's talk about it. What's something that you can ask of this week to somebody else? What do you need? What are you longing for? What are you expecting? And if you feel like, man, this is probably something I should be getting from somebody else, or there's somebody else who needs to know about it, why aren't you flapping your gums, baby? You talk a lot, but you're talking way little now. Whoa, what happened? You're talking way little now. Use your voice. Use your voice. It's time for us to do that, right? So, you gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. Because, like I said, I'm not a preacher that don't want to practice. I want to practice what I preach, baby. I'm gonna practice what I preach. So, this is rich. Write the list down. Because I'm so spoiled. All I gotta ask someone is this. Because my story is so rich. If somebody else were to tell me they went through this, and this to get here, and all they need is this to change their lives, whoa. Wait a minute. We can do that. So I'm gonna do that. You're going to do that. And then we are going to experience this week a huge transformation a huge transformation that was already gifted to us before we even knew it was coming. I'm so happy and excited to be me. I'm so happy and excited for this day, for these walks, for these talks, for these times, for this platform that I was graced with, but that I also built, that I'm also sustaining through the craziness of life. And I'm not talking just crazy life. I'm talking through homelessness. I'm talking through getting kicked out 12, 11 times in the past 4 years. 18, 20, 22. In the past almost 6 years. Getting kicked out, getting evicted, backs turned, being talked about in my sleep, being talked about while awake, being accused of being a thief, being a liar. Getting so much ridicule for doing nothing, hands off of everything, for being the blame for things I have no foot on, no skin in the game. A life of losing everything and being left with so little. The life of losing my identity. I'm talking literally birth certificate. I'm talking literally ID cards. I'm talking literally social security cards. I'm talking literally my stuff from my youth. No traces of who I used to be other than what's in my mind and what I remember, what I tell myself, what I know, what I managed to take pictures of. That's why now I'm so big on documentation. I want a photo. I want a picture. I ain't got to record everything, but I want to know. I'm so big on keeping my photos and videos and stuff because they're sentimental. But I'm also big on letting stuff go that needs to be released. Because not everything can come with you. And it'd be surprised on how big those things are that can't make it with you. And that is okay. Not everything was meant. Not everything was meant to come with you. And that's okay. Yeah. And that's okay. But you know who's meant to come with you? You. Who's meant to come with you? Your vision, your purpose, your goal, God, your story. Things that can never be taken away. Right? Your talents, your gifts. Those can never be ciphered from you. And because they can never be taken, at least you see it that way, continue to feed into them. What? Reignite yourself. Who am I talking? I'm talking to somebody. Somebody listening. They getting this. They getting it. They're getting it. They're getting it. They're getting it. They're getting it. And because the proof is in the pudding, I'm the pudding. Y'all. Let me tell you something. Take a moment. If you don't believe me, that's cool. Take a moment to go through my videos. Take a moment to go through my Instagrams. Right? xo.kenyabrown.xo. Go through anyone Ken, Ken Cook. Go through The Pure Feeling by Kenya Brown. Go through Brown Skin Luxury. Go through them. Go through _Road Delane on Instagram. And see how much my environment changes. Count how many houses I've been in. Count it. Go to Mo and Ken. Go see how you'll see me in Florida. You'll see me in Atlanta. You'll see me in about 10 different houses in the span of 6 years, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can't even count at this point. Not everything made it. Not everything made it. So, Jesus. However, one thing I had was resiliency. I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care what. I don't care whatever happens. You can't say, which is you as me, or anybody else can't say that I ain't sit here and gave my best, gave my all, put my foot in that dang on pie. She put her toes in this and did. And did. What? And did. Corns and all. Sores and all. Sweat, blood, tears and all. And you too, like, we all have a story. But I'm going to tell you one thing. We cannot be afraid of telling our story. Being heard and being seen are some of the best things that we can ever possibly ask of in this world. So when saying, I hear you, I see you, I feel with you, and I understand you, and I want to support you. Get to that place where you want all of that and more for other people and for yourself. That's magical. Right? Not that is, you are. Because that can only come from someone with a living soul, a living spirit, a purpose, a will, a drive, a source, a lake, a river, any well that doesn't run dry in you. Holy Spirit, fill the place. Oh my goodness. I feel so empowered. And let's write this. I'm telling y'all, I'm finna post this right now. Let's get it. I have nothing else to say. Let's get it. It's your girl Ken, and I'm tuning out. It's your girl Delane, and I'm in this thing. Thank you so much for this platform of pure feeling, pure manifestation, pure growing, pure everything. I'm rooting for y'all like I'm rooting for myself. You are me, I am you, so let's grow together. Peace. Cue the music, if there is music.
Love is a spectrum. There is not, as it were, nice love and nasty love, spiritual love and material love. These are all forms of the same energy. And you have to take it and let it grow where you find it. If you find that only one of these forms existed, if at least you will water it,